Well, hello there, students of South Dakota. This is Alison McGhee coming to you via Zoom in the middle of the pandemic in May to tell you that I'm so excited that South Dakota chose Kate and Tony's and my books, Bink and Gollie, for the Young Readers selection for 2020. I'm going to hold it up here. I just wanted to say hi and talk a little bit about how I started to be a writer. I was around your age. I grew up way out in the country in upstate New York, and I was the oldest of four kids. I used to love being alone, and sometimes when you live in a big family, it can be hard to be alone. But because I grew up in the middle of woods and fields and trees, I could always sneak off to my treehouse because my sisters and my brother did not know how to climb trees. And I used to make hay forts in the barn and cover up the entrance so no one knew where I was. And I used to go to my treehouse and the hay forts, or even my room, with books and snacks, and I would just read and read and read and read. Books, when I was your age, they were just like other worlds to me. They showed me lives that I wasn't living, but maybe could someday. They showed me places where I had never been, but maybe I could go there someday. And so right from the start, I wanted to be a writer. It was the only thing I really wanted to be. And so when I got out of college, I started writing my stories. At first, I only wrote books for adults. Like, this is my newest book for adults. It's called The Opposite of Fate. But after a while, people challenged me to maybe try a picture book. And my very first picture book is called Countdown to Kindergarten. It's illustrated by Harry Bliss. And I am kind of embarrassed to tell you how long this book took me to write. 3 years. It's not like I worked on it every day, but I would write it. It wouldn't be very good. I would go back and try to write it again. It wouldn't be very good again. I would rewrite it again. It would be boring. So I don't know if you have tried to write stories or do something that you really wanted to do and it just kept coming out not very good. You know, maybe you want to be a fast runner. Maybe you want to be really good at soccer. Maybe you want to learn how to cook. Maybe you are, taking music lessons. You tend not to be that great at things in the beginning. So my way of trying to be a better writer is just to keep going back and rewriting and rewriting. And little by little, I got better until finally I had a funny story. That was my first picture book for kids. I've written a lot of picture books for kids. Another of them is Tell Me a Tattoo Story, where a little boy wants to know about his dad's tattoos. This is a picture book I wrote for grown-ups. I know, right? It's shocking that a little tiny picture book isn't necessarily for kids. It's for grown-ups. And the book that you chose that you'll be reading, this is one of the three books. There are three Bink and Gollie books, and this is the second one where Bink and Gollie are going to the state fair. I know that South Dakota has a great state fair. Minnesota has a great state fair. I grew up going to the New York State Fair. I'm a big state fair fan, and so is Kate. I'm not sure about Tony, who illustrated our books, but writing this book with another person, honestly, that was really cool because writers in general work very alone. We're making up stories in our heads and we're writing them down alone. But writing a book with another person was so much fun. We laughed and laughed and laughed. And I hope that you laugh too when you read our books. So again, this is Allison, and I am so looking forward to seeing you this fall. Hope you are having a safe and healthy time right now, and I will talk to you soon.